Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omni video. Today we're going to do another kind of like Relm team building showcase type of thing. And I've kind of talked about this before, where I think she can work really well with tanks. So this is going to be an example of using Relm in the far right slot. And I'm pairing her with two units that I kind of don't want to steal turns, that I just want to kind of sit in the back, right? So we're essentially using Kelger as our off-turn tank. And we're going to use Kadaj as just off-turn damage that basically Relm, as she steals all these free turns, she's going to get Kadaj off-turn with it. And I feel like Kadaj is just one of the more powerful off-turn damage dealers in the game right now, even though he's really good as an on-turn DPS as well. I'm going to kind of showcase him in that role. And I think something about Kadaj, too, that just gives him a little bit more value is that right now he is, I think, legitimately one of the top DPS characters in the game. But he's a character that's going to age well in that, like, his role, like, as main DPS kind of depletes, or is that he gets kind of power crept that way. His role simply will just shift to being like exclusively an off-turn damage dealer, which is fine because his off-turn damage is going to age really well, because 6 HP dumps is not a common thing you get on off-turn damage, right? So we're going through here with just a little bit of setup, and I think, you know, with Kelger here, you notice I did jump into a Kelger burst phase right away. Because if you don't do this with Kelger, like, his dodge will fall off because it comes from the EX and it just does not charge fast enough. So if I'm running a Kelger team comp, especially if I don't need like a main burst phase, I like to just open with his burst phase to get everything set, make sure all of his buffs are where they need to be. There are a couple times you'll notice in this fight where Kelger does not dodge. I believe those attacks are just non-dodgeable, but it's not very many. So it doesn't like ruin the fight. It doesn't make Kelger like useless, right? And I figured using Kelger with Relm is also fitting because they're FR partners. So just showing that they actually do work together really well on a team, right? So we got Kelger's 6-turn burst effect up. So the other reason that this is nice too is between Kadaj and Kelger, we can get a lot of length out of their BT effects, because once again, as Relm is stealing turns, she's not going to pull them up with her because she's on the far right slot. And Kelger and Kadaj get like really beefy BT auras from Relm. So this is going to be really nice. So you notice that these enemies as well have frame turns. Now, I do believe their frame turns, I think they can be delayed. It's just they can't be delayed from break. But if you use like Quistis, well, Quistis would work no matter what because she ignores frame turns. But other delay, like specific things, stuff, I do think that that still works. On these enemies if you wanted to try delay strats. Alright, so here I was debating on what to do. I'm like, let's just do our LD, let's refresh that. Got to get our boy Ultros rolling, right? And this is going to help us upkeep the tentacles, which once again we get on the free turns. Now right there, I probably, since I had back-to-back turns, probably should have done tentacle first, because you only get that on the free turns. But I decided to use Sketch here because something that I haven't been doing enough with Relm is using Sketch to get into Sketch Plus. Because remember, Sketch Plus, you do get a 50% blind, which, and it's only one turn, so it's not something you want to like bank on or depend on. It's just a nice little like side debuff you can have. So now with Kadaj, I am going to get his BT effect up, but their fixation is not at 5 stacks. So my goal is to, you know, on Kadaj's next turn, my hope is that he'll be ready to just echo, and we'll just put the fixation on both of them at 5, right? To make sure that they're both there. But until then, we'll just kind of deal with it. So yeah, that water spread, I think that one was, I know that was dodgeable, but they do have another attack that is, that will hit Kelger, and then we won't get the counter on that. But really, his preemptive is like the strongest part of his kit anyway, so the nice thing is even if he's not dodging for whatever reason, you'll still get the preemptive. And that'll be really good. Alright, so we're going to bring in Selfie. Now, the one issue with this fight in particular, when you try to bring in a friend unit just to ramp, every time they do a threshold, they interrupt and they, like, delay you, right? So you're going to see here with Selfie, Selfie might stay out a little bit longer than I want, because I really just want to wall out with her and be done. But they're going to hit their 80% threshold, and then they're going to, like, potentially push her back. But they're going to jump cut on me here. Yeah, so they pushed her back a little bit. And I know these bosses, if they get too many turns in a row, they do really nasty things. So they are really promoting Relm to like skip turns like right there, right? So we have Selfie still on the board, but we just got to get her up one more time. and then get her another wall use, and then hopefully skip into the next character. But we do have the follow-ups because we do have the right enemy at fixation 5, but the left enemy is not. So I got to make sure I get Kadaj's FR at some point, because I want to make sure that we can attack either enemy freely and still get his follow-ups. And then Relm just stealing a million turns. So this is where things get really powerful with like Relm and an off-turn damage dealers, because you get these free turns. You can tentacle or you can use a skill or whatever, but then you're just getting these follow-ups for free. So I think this will be a really nice, like if you're someone that did get Relm and invest in her, I think Cissnei has more value for you, because I think Cissnei is very abusable with Relm. I think Cissnei is going to look really good there. And I do believe I'm going to full invest Cissnei also. This is kind of a tough month for me, because I also want to full invest Ignis and I want to full invest Arciela. So I think I have so many targets this month that I may have to get a BT pack. I don't know if I'm going to be able to green all those BTs for free. We'll see. But I would like to have them all. I think Cissnei's a character where maybe I wouldn't have to green. But like you definitely want Cissnei's BT effect rolling, because you get double follow-ups and then her thing doesn't count down. But I think Cissnei maybe with just like a normal BT, if you're willing to just use her BT phase to get her set up, like could probably still work. So we'll just see. We'll see where my resources are at as these units drop. But Ignis is next up. I think the time I'm recording this, well, I think I'm going to put this up the day after I'm recording it. So I think Ignis will come out tonight. If you're watching this the day that this movie or this video comes out, Ignis should be dropping. We will see if I stream for Ignis or not. It depends. It's tough during the school year and during the week. I typically make the call like last minute if I'm going to stream or not. So we'll see. I'll try to post something as soon as I can if I'm going to stream for Ignis. Because I do have e-conferences, so I still have to be at work longer, but it shouldn't be, like, I'll still definitely be home in plenty of time to stream. It just depends on, you know, if I'm doing something with the wife or not. So we'll see. All right, but we're getting into the force time now, and now we're starting to kind of see the full effect of what I want, where the enemies have fixation, although I don't know that, I haven't been paying attention. I don't know that I've gotten into Kadaj's force yet. But we at least can focus on one enemy, because now we're getting, here we go, the double interrupts from Kelger, which is nice. Actually, no, I think the fixation did fall off, so I'm like really anxious to get to a Kadaj turn. Yeah, fixation's completely off of the right enemy, because that's the thing, they had so many turns before Kadaj had one, that Kadaj has not been able to refresh it. So we're going to be kind of operating a little bit lesser than what we want here. But you're going to see we're doing just fine, because Kelger's still doing his thing. Technically, right now, we got like 3 Kelgers on the field, because those are both from our FR effect. But we did have our Kelger there as well, which is kind of nice. It's like, how many doggos can we get on the screen at once, right? All right, so we're going to keep echoing. We want to extend this force out. And then the hope here, well, see, the thing is, this enemy B is going to go, and then, like, you know, she's going to steal. Although, did their sketch fall off at this point? No, they still have 2 turns of sketch. You can see with Relm, it's pretty easy to like just always have sketch up. And then, yeah, Kelger with those double preemptives is very strong. And then there's the big miss. We'll take the Shadow Wolf. Okay, one more Relm turn, and then finally we can get Kadaj's. We're just itching to throw his FR down to just get double fixation 5. That's what we want. We want both enemies at fixation 5 ASAP. Here it comes. Yeah, finally getting to his FR. There we go. So you do find if you do a build like this, you just have to be careful, because it does take a while for these characters to get turns. So, you know, I kind of wish I had set Kadaj up maybe a turn sooner. Like, if I would have just turned 1, like BT affected and then like started building up and making sure that I had fixation on everybody like right away, probably should have just started that up sooner. I think with him I did like waste a turn and just did an attack like his EX. Maybe could have jumped a little bit sooner on Kadaj, but that's okay. Or like if I wasn't running Kelger, I think doing a Kadaj burst phase to like open could be decent, because then you could have the BT effect up and then have access to the FR during his burst phase. Like that might not be the worst idea either, just to get it like up really early. Now we're gonna be cooking. So there's the EX. We're at, you know, almost max gauge, and now we got the Kadaj follow-ups. And then once again, anytime Kelger dodges or the enemies take a turn, he's gonna be adding extra damage as well. I do think what can work out nice too is like if you're doing a fight where maybe the enemies aren't super aggressive, then maybe you don't want to put a tank in there like Kelger. But if you just did say Kadaj and Cisne, like that would be nasty. And then like Relm would still steal turns whenever the enemies do and just like let them sit back there. That could be kind of crazy too. Just doing double off turn instead of doing like a tank and an off turn. I think that could work too. Like I said this before with Relm, I think there's just so many fun team building options with her. And once again, if you know how to use her, you can get a lot out of her. And I think she is a very turn efficient character. You can see here we're only at turn 9. And these enemies are fairly tanky and we're burning through it. And once again, we've definitely taken well over 9 turns, but all of these free turns, anytime Relm has that tentacle available, those turns do not count against your turn count. And then also I believe like when, like if she would be on the left of somebody, the turns of the allies that get pulled forward also do not count against your turn count. So you can get, like if you're really struggling on like a turn count fight, like Relm is a pretty good character to try. For sure. And you could try her far left. I think I do, if I get time, I want to do another video with Relm in the far left and like showcase a team comp where we can use her in that way, where we want to pull everybody up constantly, right? And I think I'll do some type of launch comp for that. I think that could be really fun. So we'll look forward to that video. I don't know if I'll record that one tonight, but at some point, that is a video I want to do. All right, and then, yeah, we're about to wrap this up. We just hit retain, and these enemies are basically dead. So we pretty much got this done in one force. But I do love this retain because it's like you come out of it, and you're still dealing really good damage, and you can just put them out, and you don't have to worry about rushing into another force time. And we'll just Star Prism away. I think that'll kill one of our guys. And then we got the Kadaj follow-up, and you're out of here. So anyways, guys, there you go. Kind of doing a fun little team comp with Kadaj and Kelger, showing Relm in the far right slot. Like I said, I think I do want to do a video with Relm in the far left, so look forward to that showcase as well. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.